Next item for department report, Chief Jeff Humphrey, Russellville Police Department.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. As promised, I'll keep this to my 20 minutes as you've asked me to. Mr. Stuber, this first slide is going to be for you. And you and I may be the only two people in this room that can appreciate this, but I think you'll appreciate it. That's our new air conditioner. It's installed and it's running.
Amen.
As of 3 o'clock this afternoon, we have air conditioning in the upstairs of the Russellville Police Department.
Just in time for winter.
Just in time for winter. I actually asked them to turn it off today because my office got to be about 69 degrees just as soon as they fired that thing up.
That's good.
That's good. First thing I want to talk about is calls for service. These are our calls for service for the first 9 months of this year. 15,427 calls, 911 calls. Those are calls that come into the dispatch center requesting a police officer respond. We've made 148 felony arrests as of the 1st of October, 842 misdemeanor arrests, 8,139 traffic stops, 5,079 traffic citations, 75 DWI arrests, 2,457 police reports taken, 2,485 warrants served, and we've conducted about 6,481 hours of training for our officers. It's good data. It shows that the police department is very busy, and we are. But my presentation is going to be similar to last year. Today, the most common question I get still is Russellville a safe place to live? Dr. Bowen, I'm glad you're here. And I'm going to go ahead and cheat a little bit, and I'm going to tell you that it is a safe place. But I also want to say something about Arkansas Tech University. Is Arkansas Tech University a safe campus to go to school? Absolutely. It is one of the safest campuses we have in this state. And being a police officer for almost 27 years here, I have dealt with a lot of college students through the years for various reasons. But I can tell you, attending Tech, my wife attending Tech, my children attending Tech, it is a very safe campus. And you're going to see after this that Russellville is probably a safe place too. Just like last year, I'm going to compare us with the same cities as previous year, similarly sized cities in population to Russellville. They're rounded off to the nearest 1,000 population. 2013 violent crime statistics. Now, the statistics I gave earlier were 2014. These are from 2013. We always run 1 year behind in our statistics on crime data. I want you to look that the crime rate is 4. That's rounded off to the nearest whole number. That is 4 violent crimes committed per 1,000 population in Russellville. As you can see, only Cabot has a lower crime rate than we do. If you like graphs, that reflects about 99 crimes, violent crimes, that was illustrated in the previous slide. Now here's where we're not doing so well. These are crimes against property. And as you can see circled in red, 805. 805 thefts that have occurred in this city, or a crime rate of 37, which, if my math is right, is about 8 times higher than our violent crime rate. But there's going to be some good news coming out of this presentation about how we can change that number of thefts. There again, another graph of the same data as the previous slide. Most crimes in our city are crimes of opportunity. And I said it last year, standing right here. If we don't give the criminal the opportunity, he can't commit the crime. But as much as we enjoy low violent crimes, it also gives us a false sense of security that everything else is okay too. And it's not. And I've said this before. If my wife wants to go out shopping at 10 o'clock at night, she goes. I don't have any problem with that. I don't go with her because I'm afraid of her safety. But what she might do is leave her purse in the car, and when she comes out of the store, it may be gone. Here's an illustration of crimes of opportunity. Any neighborhood in Russellville could look like this. It looks like an average neighborhood. But that's the car that's going to get broken into. Of all the cars that are exposed right now, that's the one that's going to get broken into. And this is why. The door is unlocked, and there's an iPhone, which is a desirable item that someone would want. And most thefts that occur from cars are because they're unlocked and there's something visible for someone to reach in and grab very quickly. But this is not all this person's going to lose, because the person that breaks into this car is going to get the jackpot, which is a gun out of the console. 375 vehicles broken into this year, 75 firearms stolen. 2/3 of these cars were not locked. This is just this year so far. 375 cars broken into and 75 firearms stolen that are now out on the street somewhere. People keep leaving valuables in cars, and cars keep getting broken into. And it's so easy to prevent, but we don't do it. Told you, Mayor, I'd keep it under 20 minutes. That's my presentation. It's very short this year. Since I have a little bit of bonus time, I want to take an opportunity to thank you, Mayor, for appointing me as chief 2 years ago exactly. It's been that long. Mr. Irwin, I want to thank you for being our liaison. You're the first liaison that we've had who actually knows our officers, most of them, by name when you see them. You talk to them on the street, you can walk up to them and say, call them by their first time many times, by their first name. And it's nice to have a liaison like that. And as the council as a whole, you have supported me and you have supported our department. You've unyielding your support has been. And it's not always been that way in years past. And it makes my job so easy when I know that this part of it, you know, we have the politicians I have to satisfy, I have to set the citizens and the officers. And if you're keeping one happy, you've got somebody that's not happy. But so far, I think we're doing a pretty good job of keeping this together, and I appreciate your support. And that's the end of my presentation. Any questions?
Thank you, Chief Humphrey.
All
Does
right.
anybody have any questions for the chief?
Good job.
While you got a chance?
Mayor made a good choice, Chief. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief.